Hello, everyone. Welcome to another lesson in our course Foundations of Special and Inclusive Education. So, today we will be focusing on understanding learners with difficulty seeing or learners with visual impairment. So, let us start our video lesson with understanding what are the things that are expected of you to do after this lesson. So, first, we'll be able to discuss the characteristics, the causes, and types of learners with difficulty seeing. Second is identify assessment procedures used to determine learners with difficulty seeing, and you'll be able to apply, of course, as one of the important na to ng mga learning outcomes no, as future educators, that you will be able to apply teaching strategies and other suitable educational adaptations for learners with difficulty seeing. Okay, so now let's proceed to understanding what really is visual impairment. So again, if we're going to review our previous discussion, to talk about impairment, this refers to the reduce or the um pag like the weakness, no, ang pag-weak sa functions o sa ka-organ sa ato ang body. So therefore, talk about visual impairment, this refers to vision loss or the loss of ability to gather information by seeing. Okay, so muna siya gitawag nato na visual impairment. Again, the loss of ability to gather information by seeing. So remember that visual impairment does not necessarily mean that totally wa jud kay makita or like totally blind jud ka, because talk about visual impairment, this is kuan pwede siya nga like hinay lang jud ang pag-function sa imong eyes, meaning there might be some problems, hindi ka makakita og layo, nga di ka makakita og duol, or perhaps that's what we call low vision or katudyo vision loss. Okay? Now, because of the absence of sight, so this leads to the reorganization of the sensory mechanisms. So, since wala man, since at some point na may absence no of sight, especially if may vision loss, muna nga ma-reorganize ang sensory mechanism para maka-understand gihapon ang ato ang mga students or ang mga persons nga naay visual impairment, muna nga they have or they will use their other senses. Diba? Like for example, their sense of hearing, their sense of touch, their sense of smell, or kana siya. Diba? So, pwede na nilang gamiton for them to be able to understand the world around them. So, muna siya nga na reorganization of the sensory mechanism. Okay. So, another important thing that that we must be able to understand in visual impairment is some key terms. Okay? So, talk about total blindness, okay, from the word total, meaning the person may have the inability to tell light from dark. Or meaning, di na jud sila makakita. No, di sila maka-understand og light and dark because wa man jud sila makita. Okay, so this is the severe reduction in vision that cannot be corrected with standard glasses or contact lenses. So of course, since they are like blind naman jud, so it cannot be corrected anymore by glasses or by any contact lenses. So unless low vision lang, pwede na pa na siyang makorek. Okay? Sige. You also have to understand na we use different terms referring if naun sa pagka hitabo manong na blind ang sa katawo. Okay? Because when a person was born with severe visual impairment, which is caused by genetic or birth complication, then we call them or we call it congenitally blind. Meaning congenital ang ilang pagka-blind. Meaning from the moment that they are born, they were already blind. Okay, so that's what we call congenitally blind. So talk about naman acquired. Talk about acquired, nakuha probably after giving birth, 'di ba? Normal pa ang eyes and then pa sinasakit ang bata, no? Or perhaps may mga accidents nga nahitabo mo nang na result sa pagka-blind. So that's what we call adventitiously blind. Okay, so that's the difference between the two. Si congenital is born, si adventitiously is acquired. Okay, so it's important that we understand that. Now, we also have here some characteristics of learners with difficulty seeing. Okay, so we must be able to understand these characteristics because this allows us to understand on how to cater their need. Okay, so number one is cognition and language. So of course, since they have that like difficulty seeing, so they may perform poorly on cognitive tasks which requires comprehension or relating information. Because how can they relate an information if they were not able to see that specific thing? If, for example, um, you were going to describe to a blind person na the rainbow is colorful. Now, the challenge there is how can you be able to let them understand that the rainbow is colorful where in fact they were not able to see rainbow, right? So na siya na pwede na siyang manang sa characteristic nila is they have that challenge in terms of cognition and language. Okay? Next is motor development and mobility. So again, talk about motor development and mobility from the word mobility, moving from one area or one place to another. So they may have that challenge of like moving because they have difficulty judging distance and direction because they have difficulty seeing. Di ba? That's the reason why nga na some of the totally blind persons or people need that cane, kanang sungkod, para nasa ma-feel na walay maka-obstruct sa ilahang pag-agi. So, mo na siya nga, it's a characteristic of learners with difficulty seeing, challenge ang ilahang motor development and mobility. And another is, of course, together with that difficulty seeing is their social adjustment and interaction, which may engage in less play, leading to social skill deficits because they have that difficulty seeing man. So of course, maglisod po sila og like, diba, interact with other people, diba, in playing. Especially that most of the games displayed outside is more on running, diba? How can they run? How can they chase their adowa if ever they have that difficulty seeing, right? So that is why they are prone to social isolation and difficulty responding to social cues. So which may develop stereotypic behaviors like body rocking or eye poking. Okay? So those are the characteristics of learners with difficulty seeing. So now let us understand what are the different types and causes of visual impairment. So remember again that to talk about visual impairment, it does not really focus only to total blindness, but this could also mean low vision. So this is some of the types of low vision. Number one is refractive error. Talk about refractive error from the word refract, meaning this has something to do with light. Okay, so marabag the way our light enters into our eyes, diha magka-problema maunang naatay mga different refractive errors, for example, astigmatism, hyperopia, or myopia. Or perhaps naanamba mo'y family member or kamo na inig tan-aw ninyo sa palibot is blurred tanan, or naa ba mo'y kaliwat or kamo mismo maglisod og tan-aw sa layo pero makita og duol, or perhaps maglisod mo tan-aw sa duol pero makakita mo og layo. Okay, so those are examples of refractive errors. So we have here first astigmatism. Okay, let's understand what is astigmatism. So astigmatism is a condition caused by an irregularly shaped cornea or lens, meaning there is a regular curvature light space to focus on multiple points on the retina. So man nga imbis usala ka focus ang light, di ba? For example, this is the eye. Tapos mo siya ang light. Imbis ang focus nasa usa ka part, madaghan siya, ma-multiple, mag-bounce siya sa different direction. The reason why uh, blurred or distorted ang vision. So you have here picture. So if you can see, this is the light, right? So, this is for the normal vision. Tapos ni-pass through ana sa lens mo na nga na siya sa focal point, the retina. But if na astigmatism, as you can see, the light bounces from different direction, from multiple direction. So, imbis na usa lang ang focal point, na ni-bounce siya sa usa ka jud. So, muna siya na ang okay, so that's the reason why na makuan siya, ma-blurred na ang pananaw. Okay, so this is an example of how um, people with astigmatism ang ilang vision. Okay? So, yeah. So, what can we do as teachers if we are going to teach children with astigmatism? Because it's challenging na if mga makita sa itong mga students is blurred, then how can we cater them? Diba? So, as teachers, um, we may ensure that they wear their prescribed glasses consistently because luckily, talk about mga refractive errors, any types of refractive errors can be corrected with glasses. Okay? So muna na aside from wearing their glasses or we may also let them sit to a preferential sitting arrangement. No, pwede nato silang ibutang sa pinaka atubangan para di silang maglisod sa pagtanaw. Di ba sa itong mga visuals na itong gamito sa itong klase. And then we may also provide printed materials with clear high contrast fonts. So muna nga if ever natin mga students kanina astigmatism, we must always ensure that our text na sa itong mga printed materials is clear and dako para at least di sila maglisod og tanaw. Yeah, and then allow breaks during intensive visual task. So another is we also have aside from astigmatism, we also have hyperopia. So talk about naman hyperopia. This is a refractive error where distant objects are seen more clear than near objects, meaning mas kita ang layo kaysa sa lool. As you can see. So also may cause ano niya. So it's because of when the eyeball is too short or the cornea has too little curvature, causing light to focus behind the retina instead of on it. So meaning, ma-focus ang light behind sa retina instead nga sa retina siya mismo. So muna siya ang example. So as you can see, for the normal vision, not just siya sa retina ang focus. Meanwhile, for hyperopia, nilapos behind siya sa retina. So this could cause near objects being blurry and the eyeball being too short and tapos ang mga far objects yung makita. So what are the things that we can use or what are the things that we can do as future educators if ever na hyperopia itong mga students? We might be able to avoid long uninterrupted periods of reading or writing to give our students time to relax their eyes. So for example, after every 5 minutes of focusing on the text, we may give them 30 seconds or 1 minute to look out silang mga reading materials and then let their eyes rest or kanang tanaw sa laglayo. Okay? Then balik na pod. So we may use that. Or use books with large print. Ensure proper lighting to reduce strain, of course, since na may problema sa lighting. So we must ensure that kanang our classroom has proper lighting na sila maglisod dinuhon og tanaw. Okay? And encourage the use of prescribed corrective lenses because again, any types of refractive errors in the eye can be pwede siyang makorrect through lenses. Okay, next we also have myopia. Now, talk about naman myopia. This is the opposite of hyperopia. This is a condition where close objects are seen clearly but distant objects appear blurry. So meaning opposite siya. What's the cause of this? This is happens when the eyeball is too long or the cornea is too curved, causing light to focus in front of the retina. So if kanina ning lagpas siya sa retina, no, behind it, ang myopia naman is in front of the retina, wala siya nakaabot sa retina. So this is an example. So as you can see, this is the normal vision, nakaabot siya sa retina. Meanwhile, if na myopia, dili ra kakutob, wala kaning abot sa retina. So muna ang mahimong cause nga ang mga objects nga near, maklaro, ang mga objects na far, di na siya klaro, mag-blur na siya. So can use. So of course, again, preferential seating near the front of the class since nakakita man siya dool. So may implement nga na sila sa pinakauna sa ato ang klase. And encourage consistent use of glasses or contact lenses if ever they already consulted an ophthalmologist for their refractive error, and then provide from the board and ensure the classroom is well lit. So, klaro jud sa ato ang meaning or properly lighted ato ang classroom para ma-avoid na to ang possible na dili na maklaro because ngit-ngit. Okay. So aside from refractive errors, we also have conditions on the eye structure and function. So now let's talk about naman eye structure and function. Na problem ani with the physical components of the eye and how our eyes and brains work together. Okay, kay basin wala kaayo mag-coordinate ang atong eyes with the brain mo na siya nga makosiya sa eye structure and function ng mga visual impairment. So first is amblyopia. So talk about amblyopia, this is what we call also as a lazy eye. So meaning ang usa ka eye ani is working properly, ang usa ka eye is not working properly. Because the reason for that is that our brain favors one eye. The visual pathway from the weaker eye fails to develop normally. Okay? Mga na ay amblyopia or sa mga ng eyes. So as you can see, sa amblyopia, ang usa ka eye is blurry, ang usa ka eye is clear. Okay? So muna ang mga na amblyopia. So saan man sila pag-cater? So if na yung mga amblyopia atong mga students, so we may strategy, seating arrangement should also favor the use of the stronger or functional eye. So for example, since ang usa naman ka eye ang functional, ang usa is weak. So for example, if the right eye is weak, for example, this is the right eye, the weak. So the student should sit with the left side toward the main area of instructions. For example, nasa center, diba? Ang kuan, or for example, nasa left ang kuan. So of course, nato po dapat na to ilingkod dapita ang bata nga favorable siya sa iyahang functional nga eye or sa stronger na eye. Okay? Or perhaps you may also use verbal cues alongside visual demonstrations. For example, mag-demonstrate ka sa usa ka kuan, mag-demonstrate ka sa usa ka skill. So you may use verbal cues sa aside nga ipakita nimo sa ilaha kung saan siya paghimo. So you may also provide like mga instructions through verbal na imo pong i-describe doon sa nimo pagpuhat, no? Para aside nga kanang nasa makita, especially if nasa diba, weak ang ilahang pag-see, nasa mabati. And how are you doing it? Then next is we also have strabismus. Talk about naman strabismus, this is a misalignment of the eyes where they point in different direction. So kasi strabismus is also more siya caused by amblyopia. Okay, so si strabismus lang, it's very specific na naalay misalignment of the eyes. Meaning, if, as you can see, if that is the eyeball, the normal eyeball, ang usa ka part sa eye is malahi ayahang direction. Because as you can see, this one, the normal eye is straight. Pero if na kay exotropia, meaning the alignment of the other eye is outside. That's what we call exotropia. Talk about naman hypotropia, ang eyeball murag kaan na paubos. Tapos ang usa hypertropia ang pababaw. Okay? And then ang isotropia naa sa pasulod. So man strabismus. Okay, so now how can we cater those students with strabismus? So another could also be classroom seating arrangement, no? Pareha lang gihapon na we may let our students sit sa murag on the part na stronger eye. Tapos allow for frequent rest periods during visually demanding work and as it is a compensatory mechanism. So sometimes if na-strabismo sa atong mga students na murag na eye misalignment of the other eye, manang usahay magpilid magbasa. So instead of criticizing them, instead of mas lang badlong sit proper, you have to understand na sometimes na nadyo sila read because that's a mechanism sa ilang eyes, no? Na. And then we also have besides sa strabismus, we also have nystagmus. So talk about naman nystagmus is a condition characterized by rapid, involuntary, and repetitive movement of the eyes. The movement can be side to side, up and down, or rotary. So if ganina, si strabismus na misalignment of the eye, meaning ang usa ka eye kay na probably pasulod, pa-up. Ang sinistagmus naman, rapid movement, na ay movement ang yang eyes. Could be side to side, horizontal, no? Or up and down, vertical. Okay, so this is caused by neurological albinism or inner ear problem. So, sa may example aning mga na ay hindi ko siya makuan. Na ma-move hindi siya supposed to be on picture pero sige na lang. So, how about nystagmus? So, how can we strategize or how can we um like cater their needs? So, we allow students to adopt their null point head posture without correction, provide extra time for tasks, or ensure good lighting and reduce visual clutter on worksheets. Another type of conditions on eye structure is macular degeneration. So from the word degeneration, meaning there has been some progressive loss of central vision due to deterioration of the macula. So from the term central vision, meaning kanang so kanang sentro sa to ang pagtan-aw, meaning ang kanang center sa to ang vision. Muna ang nay problem sa macular. The cause of this, again, because of the deterioration of the macula, which is responsible for sharp, straight ahead vision. Okay, so sa may naong aning macular degeneration. As you can see, sa normal vision, ang kanang lang center na part, no, ang central vision, normal lang. Meanwhile, for if dry macular degeneration, unusually fuzzy, no, as you can see, dili kayo maklaro, ang center, right? O ang central vision distorted. And then if na kay wet macular degeneration, mo na nga murag mahimo nimo siyang blind spot ang center sa imong vision. Okay, murag na ay itom. So that's what we call macular. So we may provide large print books and handouts. And we also use high contrast tools. Okay, so kanang high contrast kay para makita jud nato, no, or opposite ang mga letters, no. For example, if white ang atong background, we use black na colors para contrast siya. And then we also may use good non-glare lighting, utilize assistive technology like screen magnifiers or text-to-speech software. Because again, na may problema sila hang central vision, so we may use text-to-speech software na para murag basahon na lang sa technology o kung sa may ilahang kanang para basahon para at least ma-minimize ang paggamit nila sa ilahang vision considering nga nanay low vision ang sentro sa ilahang vision. Okay. And next, the last type and cause is we all or cortical visual impairment or CVI. This is a distinct and increasingly identified form of visual impairment. So, unsa man ning neurological or cortical visual impairment or CVI. So, cortical visual impairment is a neurological disorder where the eyes are healthy, but the part of the brain that processes visual information is damaged or malfunctions. So meaning, si cortical visual impairment, walay something kanang walay kanang kuan sa eyes, no? Problema. Both of the eyes are healthy, pero ang problema is ang parts sa brain na may mag-process sa mga visual information. For example, the visual cortex mo na siya'y makakos o cortical visual impairment. So, what are the strategies that we can use? So, muna siya ang kanang cortical visual impairment. So, as you can see, if ever nakamakita 'no, ng mga object. So, normal siya na ma-perceive sa eyes kaya may problema si eyes. However, ang pag-process anang imong nakita, the delivery of that image sa optic nerve ngadto padulong sa visual cortex, and then si visual cortex man ang responsible for the processing of that visual information. So, muna ang magkaproblema na ana siya. So, since kuan man siya, part man siya sa visual impairment, so what are the strategy that we can use? So we may present visual information in a simple, uncluttered way. Meaning, we may like present object one at a time. Para dili maglibog ang pag-process sa. So we may siyang concept map na nakakakig mga pictures, maglibog man hinuon na ang parts of brain yung sound sa pag-process. So instead of doing that, we may present na lang one object per at a time para at least sayon na siya ang pagka-process. And then we may also use high contrast, brightly colored material para at least dili pod siya kanang maglisod, no? Okay. So, aside from that cortical visual impairment, we also have other famous perhaps or known na mga visual impairment. So we have glaucoma. So talk about glaucoma. This is caused by blocked drainage canal na may maka-cause na mag-build up of fluid tapos ang fluid ma-stuck up ra siya sulod sa mata mo na ang mag-increase ang iyang pressure na mag-damage sa optic nerve. Like for example, this is the normal eye, okay? So, natay gitawag na flow of aqueous humor, okay? And then napunta drainage canal. So, si drainage canal, murag mo ni ang um, maka-cause nga nung natay, amaro pag makaluha, no? Murag magawas ang water fluid sa tong eyes. But if ever that drainage canal is blocked or kanang blocked, no, murag di siya makagawas ang mga fluid na hinuon, mo na nga reason nga if ma-stuck up siya sa eyes, 'di ba? Mo na nga kuwan siya damage noon sa optic nerve mo nang di na nyo makaparo ang mga naay glaucoma. And then we also have naman cataract. So, cataract is very kanang mailhan siya because ano siya, um, naay murag clouds in the lens of the eyes. No? So, a cloudy lens scatters light causing an image that out of focus and hazy. So, muna siya ang mga different types, no, of visual impairment. So now, how can we identify learners with difficulty seeing? Okay? Because dili man siya parehas sa uban nato na mga disability na pwede nato siyang through standardized assessment. No? But for learners with visual impairment, so lahi na ato ang pag-identify sa ilaha, right? So, how can a teacher spot a potential visual difficulty? So we may use physical signs. Like for example, kanang eye appearance. Diba? If ever mapariha ba siya sa katong na ay mag-move ang eye, na ba siya strabismus, na misalignment of the eye, no? Or kanang reddening, kanang pagpamuwa, very red, ang chronic ang redness sa iyang eyes. So that could also be a potential, no, or so pwede na nato siyang pwedeng sign of kanang visual impairment or excessive tearing, kanang too much na pagbasa-basa sa eye, no? Pwede pa na nato siya na mahimong assessment or identification that a learner may have visual impairment. Another is also student complaints. Kanang mag-complain sila na labad ilang ulo, no? Dili lang kausap pero kadagahan mo sige gingon nga labad ang ulo. Pwede pod burning or itching eyes, kanang katol na mga eyes. Actually, if naka-astigmatism, that is also one of the kanang tawag ni pwedeng signs, no? Kanang katol ang mata. Pwede pod nausea, dizziness, or blurring after reading. Kanang blurred in nagtanaw, diba? Kanang makaingon nga, hindi na ko mabasa kay blurred. That could also be a way for us to be able to understand that a child may have visual impairment. So we also have behavioral signs. So watch out for how they use their eyes, no? Or their behavior inside the classroom. Diba? For example, nabi eye movement, like for example, turning head while reading, losing place, using finger as a marker. Kanang, ano magtudlo, di basa kay nanay-nana. Like, mag-guide nila ang ilang eyes with the use of their fingers. That could also be a sign of a possible difficulty in seeing or visual impairment. We also have eye teaming, kanang double ang vision, diba? Squinting or tilting head. And then, eye-hand coordination, pwede ng poor handwriting, confusion with left or right, so that will also be a sign, no? Or can be used for identifying learners with difficulty seeing. Pwede po visual perception, no? Reversing letters, confusing similar words, and refractive problems. Holding book too close, again, morning mga na ay myopia, squinting at board, or kanang mag-ana ang pagtanaw. Or rubbing eyes. So, as you can see, wala jud tay standardized, no, now of testing. But actually, naatay pwedeng gamiton for us to be able to um, assess, no? So, we have here, di ba? We have assessment tools that gamiton para uh, pag-identify if na by probable na visual impairment ang bata. Aside from those mga observations, we also have here Snellen chart. Sa maning Snellen chart, maning Snellen chart nang pabasahon mo na ang usa ka mata is covered. Tapos basahon yung mga letters, diba? Nga naidako padulong pati kagamay. So that's what we call Snellen chart. So this measures the visual acuity. Normal visual acuity of a person is 20/20. And if ever nananing mga kanang kuan, hindi na siya 20/20, may muna ng 40/30 o na probably there might be some problems na. Okay? And then we also have here Vision Services Severity Rating Scale, which is help determine service recommendations. So as you can see, ano yung gamitan sa itong mga ophthalmologists perhaps or sa mga optometrists in reading if unsa yung mga possible na kaan sa bata, no? Na pwede na itong ihatid. So as you can see, if ever the child may have severe, so meaning ang material preparation, muna siya. So that's what we call Vision Services Severity Rating Scale. And of course, one of the other ways, no, aside nga sa ito akong dimension sa inyo sa discussion na palikuron sa tubangan, proper lighting, diba, na ang mga printed materials is large enough ang mga texts or perhaps high contrast ang colors. So if ever, for example, totally blind na ang saka student, then we may use Braille. Now the question no nga, lisod man ni si Braille. So talk about Braille. This is a um usa na siya ka tool na gamiton para makabasa ang mga totally blind. Okay, so this is very important because um, this allows no our um although they cannot like visually see kanang mga text, but the use of tactile through the use of touch sensing it mo na nga makabasa sila. Is a rectangular that is containing 6 possible dots. So na siya duha ka vertical columns, as you can see, 1 and 2, nga mga na ay 3 dots each column, meaning 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So muna siyang total of 6 dots. Now, unsa may pasabutan ng mga na ay mga circle, mga color, mga dots. So that refers to a raised dot, meaning ugbok. So if ever nanay o anong out of that 6 dots, each of that ugbok represents a specific letter. Okay, depending if asa na nga ang mga ugbok na position sa different 6 dots. Okay? So for example, letter A. So ang ugbok nasa sa atubanga, nasa siya sa pinaka unang dot sa first column. Ang letter B is na ang iyahang ugbok sa first column sa first and second. So na siya ang braille. So imo na siya i-feel, no, imong basahon through sensing it. Like for example, like this is the text mahan suppose na may mga braille dira so may mo lang i-feel kanaon para makabasa ka because each of that again book represents a letter. Okay, so that would be all for this lesson. Thank you so much for listening and for watching this video. I hope you learned something. Goodbye and thank you for watching.